Hello, so first we want to discuss why our instance was a microaggression. This was a microaggression based on gender by negatively stereotyping the woman by commenting that she's good at her tech role by helping her co-worker, which is usually a stereotype where women are not competent in male-dominated fields. So this is definitely considered a microaggression.
Yeah, and the protected ground, of course, based on what she has said, is this based on the gender, and that's protected obviously with the Canadian human rights legislation. And this obviously is also in alignment with other countries as well that have very similar values. I want to ensure that this doesn't happen.
So employers can prevent this microaggression by awareness training with diversity, equity, and inclusion policies and training and ideas to share their impact on the employees, as well as inclusive policies like anti-discrimination and anti-harassment policies within the company culture that HR could teach everyone.
Yeah, and in turn that promotes gender equity. So well, that's one way that an employee or an employer actually can promote that within their workspace by allowing and also hiring people more diverse roles as for more women and more men. So of course, in this case, now there's more women that are hired based on their own competence and not just based on or they're not put to the back burner. And in turn, also in the higher ups as well, they can have more managerial roles so that more women can also be in places that have been claimed to be male dominated, and they can show their own competence and show their own skill, and they're not judged for their gender. And now one legal reason why, of course, employers want to prevent this from happening is because, of course, they have to comply with the human rights legislation, and the failure to do so now can lead to legal consequences. Maybe from the employee's perspective, they can file lawsuits and they have every right to do so because their rights were violated, or as penalties based on the Anti-Discrimination Act by the legislation bodies,
as well as a non-legal reason to prevent microaggressions is by enhancing employee morale and productivity, because once employees know that they work in a supportive environment that is not discriminatory towards their gender or race or age or anything else, they are more likely to feel comfortable and be productive in their culture and company. And lastly, we want to address the SDG goals, the Sustainable Development Goals that this instance correlates with. For example, gender equality. By promoting gender equality policies, this will encourage more women in the IT leadership roles, which empower them and encourage gender equity in a company.
Yeah, and in turn, with things like this in place, another sustainable development goal is also to promote a decent work environment. And in turn, that can lead to economic growth because it increases the productivity and, of course, the allowance of new ideas, because everyone is in a healthy playing field, both men and women within the workplace. And, of course, companies can benefit from that as well as the employees as well. Thank you.